Greetings, greetings, beautiful being, and thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode, whether it's now or in the future or whatever that time space continuum is. I've chosen this week's topic, or maybe it's chosen me, on overwhelm, because I imagine everybody watching or everybody out there has some experience with overwhelm during these challenging times. And there are a lot of ways to help and soothe overwhelm and bring awareness to our true natural indwelling selves. And that's the best place from which to respond to whatever's happening. So today we're going to be playing with what are a couple of little ways to work with the body through the physical body. And even though I say physical body, all parts of ourselves get included: thoughts, mind, emotions, focus, intention, spirit, all of it. You can't have one without all of the others, but we're kind of going to give a highlight each day this week on one aspect. So today is the physical body, or in yoga we often call in the 5 kosha theory, or the 5 layers, interpenetrating layers of the body. This is anomaya kosha, which is the meat body, the body that's made of food. And again, doesn't work alone. It's got all those other bodies with it. So let's begin by standing. You're very welcome to translate these movements into sitting, and whatever way you choose to participate, maybe it's listening and visualizing, maybe you're lying down, maybe you want to stand up with me, all of it is perfect. Make sure that you're really listening to your body, because that's actually the main lesson for today, to pay attention to that lovely inner voice of the physical body, because it's always talking to us. We might not always be listening. So here I am. I'm going to stand up. You can choose your position. You can even change your position depending on how you're feeling and how you're listening. So we are going to begin with a neutral base foundation pose, because that already is a technique, and it's also a lovely, open, clear place from which to listen. So we're going to set our feet on the ground and really feel our feet. We want to sense that connection. And we also want to drop the tailbone. The knees can be a little bit soft. We don't want to lock anything. And from that rooting and foundation, we want to grow through the whole spine, out through the crown of the head. So there's a lovely perpendicular and a feeling of contrast. Part of us is rising up, and part of us is rooting down. That gives us an orientation of our physical body and our posture in space. And we're going to begin with just tuning in to where we are now, without any judgment, without any desire or inclination to fix, correct, or change anything. So we have actually made a small change. We're connecting to the ground, we're connecting to the sky, and we're feeling our beautiful posture. And just sense your breath where it is now. Let's all be quiet together for a few moments and notice what we're bringing to this moment. Maybe we have a lot of emotions. Maybe we can't feel our bodies. Maybe who knows what it is, but whatever it is, accept it with grace, because it's what we've got right now. Maybe your breath is very shallow. Maybe your breath is responding to the moment in another way. Who knows? And just notice how you feel your body or don't feel your body. Are there parts of your body you're aware of? Are there parts that are somewhere else? All of that is okay. We're just taking a baseline and maybe noticing whether we feel heavy, light, sad, happy, whatever. And we're going to start doing a few movements now. We're going to come back to that feeling. So, I like to shake. Maybe a lot of you out there write to me and say you like to shake as well. So the shaking, of course, is whatever amount of shaking feels good to you. It can be like a tremble. It can be microscopic. but we do want to invite all parts of our physical body to the experience. So maybe you're shifting your weight in your feet from side to side, or maybe you even feel like picking one foot up or moving around in your space. Knees, ankles, hips, and make any sound you like. Maybe you want to release some sound on an exhale, or maybe you want to be quieter about it but have a sigh. Or maybe you want to get bigger or go in different directions, adding the shoulders, the fingers, or maybe your shaking is just a lovely shaking out through the fingers and arms. Who knows? Or maybe you're quietly lying there and you're imagining yourself shaking. You're not actually moving other than on the inside, but a well-placed visualization activates muscles and plants the seed for movements. So whatever you're doing, you're moving. Or maybe you're visualizing or looking out the window and there's a breeze that's moving a branch, that's making a branch shake or dance a little bit, and that's your connection to the movement. So let's just spend a moment or two moving, shaking, releasing, jiggling in whatever way you like. That's to loosen things up, get the creative juices flowing, but also all the juices of energy and vitality in the body. And if anyone wants to continue along with me, let's start a little bit of marching. A little bit of marching on the spot. This can be, of course, small. We want the arms to swing because that's also a natural movement of the body in walking. And it also organizes our body. It's a really lovely way. Walking in a tall, light, connected to earth and sky style is very healing for the body. Without something on your shoulder, backpack is okay, or just go for a walk sometime with just your essentials in your pocket, a fanny pack or a small backpack, so that you are free. You are free. Now, if anybody wants to amplify this, speeding up or making a movement bigger also activates the heart. So here we are in some fashion getting our heart rate up. So we want to activate our nervous system through this little episode and let this come down a little bit and just do the knees, and now opposite elbow to the knee. You may want to puff out the breath. Now, of course, if your flavor today is slower, you do it slower or smaller. And let's gently bring that to a close. Whew, that got me activated. Anyways, I want you to check in for yourself. Get yourself back to that vertical alignment. If you need to or want to lie down, if that's what your body is saying to you, go lie down. And notice your breath. Notice your heartbeat. Notice your activation. And we're just going to pause here for a little bit in whatever position we're in. Notice we did an upregulation. We activated, got our nervous system busy. And we just want to take a few moments and notice things calming down. It's not going to happen all at once. It's subtle, but remember, this session is about paying more attention to our physical bodies. So I've got my hands over my chest because I'm enjoying the feeling of the beating of my heart. Another place I might be drawn to would be to let the breath settle, but I think for me, I'm just going to choose to stay here. This feels more like I want to be here. Sometimes that's the way you hear your body. It's like, what's the little, just the place that feels like what you want to do, not what you think you should do, but what you want to do. And then when I moved my hands down there, I was testing out another logical place, which is a breathing spot on the belly, but I didn't like it as much as I liked having my hands here. So that might be information for some of you about how it's not a black and white art or science about listening to the body. It takes us willingness and exploration. Now I'm imagining my heartbeat is slowing down a little bit. And now I feel more like staying with that and bringing my hands down to my belly so that I can go with the breath. And you might want to notice if your breath feels any different than it did at the beginning of this exercise. So today's lesson is about sensing the activation of the nervous system and the cardiovascular system, and also in contrast what it feels like when all of that is in a quieter state. And we're going to do just a simple movement or two, moving slowly to counterpoint the moving faster we did earlier. So let's do simple hands down. The knees can be bending if you're standing. And on the inhalation, the knees are straightening and the hands are floating up. And on the exhalation, the palms are brushing the air. On the inhalation, we're rising, the whole body, breath together. And exhalation, gently soothing, harmonizing. Inhale, the energy is rising but quietly. And exhale, lowering. And if it feels good to you to raise the hands higher, or if you want to give that a try, you'll know pretty quickly if it feels better when they were lower, or if you're continuing the feeling good and staying nice and calm. And a way of calming the nervous system is to slow things down. So what we've done in today's little session is we got activated, which can be a way of amplifying tension and tone and nervous system upregulation. And now we are more able to release and can taste and savor a quieter version of ourselves. And let's just finish maybe one or two more and stand or sit or lie quietly. Feel your feet or whatever your connection is to the earth. If you're lying down, it's your back. And feel that lovely elongation. You're connected to the sky, the heavens, the universe. So already we are more expanded. We're not just alone in a small shell of our physical individual experience, but we are connected to big inspiration above and big rooting and foundation below. And feel your breath. Maybe a soft smile feels easy and organic. And check in with how do you feel now? How is your awareness of your body? Is it more complete? Have some of the dots been connected and parts woven together? Perhaps you're a bit more aware of what you're feeling. That would be a huge success, a huge and beautiful transformation. So one of the ways of helping with these feelings of overwhelm is to go into our body, to activate. Maybe for you, some of you might be running, jumping, dancing, screaming, going outside, playing, with your pets, your kids. Get the heartbeat going. And then also do something that is calming. These days it often helps to do the activating first and then the calming, because if we're already in a low grade state of tension and stress, it's going to take a lot longer to do the calming, slowing down. So you may find it helpful to do something that gets it, amplifies the tension that's already there, to make it bigger, and then getting it out of the big parts of your body, getting it out of the muscles. It may be much more comfortable to sit and meditate or breathe calmly or move more slowly. So that's today's little episode on yogic ways of dealing with overwhelm. Next session tomorrow, we'll be looking at how we can utilize breath even more fully. So I hope you found this helpful. These little movement medicine morsels are meant to be heart offerings to all of us, because these are difficult times. And the truth is that yoga and yoga therapy really have some beautiful, simple tools that anybody can access. And that's what I really want to share with you. So I send you many blessings, and I'm here dealing with it all as well. So we're in this together. Sending lots of love to all of you. Many, many blessings. See you next time.